Let us consider this sum. A bullet of mass 20 kg. So it's not 20 kg, 20 gram. A bullet of mass 20 gram is horizontally fired with a velocity 150 meter per second. 150 meter per second from a pistol of mass 2 kg. So this is the bullet and M2 is the pistol. So this is mass of bullet and this one is mass of pistol, that is 2 kg. You can write down mass of the pistol. What is the recoil velocity? The recoil velocity is equal to what? So this is the question. In fact, this problem is based on the conservation of momentum. So the total momentum, what do you mean by momentum? First of all, tell me. Momentum. This is a concept. Momentum is represented by P. So P is equal to mass into velocity. Is it not? Mass into velocity. If it is the initial momentum, let me call it initial momentum. Initial means that is mu, initial velocity, into mass. And final momentum means P represents momentum. Final momentum is m into v, final velocity. Okay? Right. And let us convert this mass of the bullet as it is given in gram, that can be converted into kg. So that is equal to, kg means you have to divide by 1000. So 20 into 10 power minus 3 kg. Whereas mass of the pistol is 2 kg. Let us have this as M2. Okay? Right. Now, the initial velocity of the bullet and the pistol, okay, it is 0. When the bullet is fired from the pistol, let me consider this is the pistol. Bullet is fired from the pistol like this, and it goes in this way. You know the bullet, it goes in this direction. So this is M2, this is M1, correct? And initially there was no velocity, so U1 was 0, right? And what about the pistol initial velocity? That is also 0. So let us call it U2 is equal to 0. Okay? So what is U2 initial velocity of the pistol? What is U1 initial velocity of the bullet? So when it is fired, initially there was no velocity, so let us put 0. 1 represents the bullet, 2 represents the pistol. Okay? Right? Now, and you know, when a bullet is fired from the pistol, it will have an opposite reaction, is it not? That is called the recoiling of gun. So what do you mean by recoiling of gun? When the bullet is fired from the pistol, there is a backward movement of that is opposite movement of what? Pistol. Okay, that is called recoil of gun. Recoil of gun or pistol. Okay, so that recoil velocity is asked here. Are you able to follow? So here, what is the velocity? Actually, it is not initial velocity. because it is fired. So V1 is the final velocity of the bullet. Okay, V1 is the final velocity of the bullet once it is fired. So it is traveling at 150 meter per second. Okay. Now we are talking about the recoil of the pistol. Recoil velocity means that is it will move like this. We are talking about this one. So V2 is to be found out. Okay, right. Now the total momentum of the pistol before fire. So before firing, the total momentum, the total momentum is that is M1 before fire, the total momentum before firing. Please wait. Total momentum before fire, the total momentum is equal to that is M1 U1 plus M2 U2. Okay, M1 U1 plus M2 U2. Got it? Now, what is M1? M1 is 20 into 10 power minus 3, 20 into 10 power minus 3 into U1 is 0, is it not? Why? Because initial velocity of the bullet is 0. Plus, and what about the mass of the pistol? That is 2 kg, is it not? Into 0 once again. Okay, that is also 0. U2 is also 0. It means a 0 plus a 0, that is equal to 0. So, total momentum, take down total momentum before firing. Are you able to follow? Before firing is equal to what? 0. Now what we are going to calculate? Total momentum after firing. Okay, total momentum after firing. Okay, so that is given as M1, that is 1, V1 plus M2, V2. Do you understand this? M1, V1 plus M2, V2. V1 is the final velocity of the bullet. V2 is the final velocity of the gun, that is the pistol. So that is equal to, now what is M1 here? In fact, this together will add because M1 and both of them will have the same, the collective mass. Okay, so first let us calculate the total momentum after it is fired. So what is the mass of this one? Bullet 0, that is 20 into 10 power minus 3, is it not? That one. And then what about the velocity of the bullet? 150, is it not? So into 150. So this is M1 V1. Are you able to follow? Plus, and then that is we have to consider the next one, that is M2 V2. So what is the M2 here? The mass of the what? The mass of the, tell me, M2 pistol. So the mass of the pistol, that is M2. Okay, the mass of the, so 2. And what about this one, velocity? We do not know. So let us put V2. Let us call it V2. So 2V2. Okay. Now we know already the total momentum according to conservation of momentum. According to conservation of momentum, take down conservation of momentum. Total momentum before firing is equal to total momentum after firing. Got it? So this is total momentum before firing and this is total momentum after firing. Got it? So this is TMBF before firing. And what about this? TM after firing, AF. Okay, now we can equate these two equations and therefore you can multiply this 20 into 150. 2 into 150, 300. 300 into 10, 3000. And 3000 into 10 power minus 3, 3000 into 10 power minus 3 means 3. And then plus 2V2 is equal to 0. Are you able to follow? Okay? Because LHS is 0. Is it not? Now, these two equations are equal. Is it not? So, 300 into 10 power minus 3 means 3000 into 10 power minus 3 is nothing but 3. Because 3000 can be written as 3 into 10 power minus 3. So, 3 into 10 cube, 10 cube into 10 power minus 3, that is 10 power 0, that is 1. So, we can have 3 plus 2V2 is equal to 0. Are you able to follow? Right. Now, V2 is equal to what? How much? 2V2. So, 2V2 is equal to how much? Minus 3. Therefore, V2 is equal to minus 3 divided by 2, that is equal to minus 1.5. Are you able to follow? This is meter per second. And in fact, this minus 1.5 is the recoiling. Okay? So, V2 is equal to minus 1.5. Otherwise, we can have this as this is velocity of the pistol and this is velocity of the pistol. Velocity of the pistol after firing. Okay? That is final velocity of the pistol after firing. Okay? Now this can be written as minus V2 is equal to 1.5 meter per second. So this minus V2 can be called the recoiling velocity. Are you able to follow? Because it is moving in the opposite direction. When you fire the bullet, the recoiling will be in the opposite direction. And that is why we have taken recoiling of pistol. So recoiling velocity of the pistol. Are you able to follow? That is in the opposite direction. So you need not put minus 1 second because it is included here of pistol. Okay, so that is equal to 1.5 meter per second and this is the answer. Do you understand? Now what are the major concepts here? The first thing is, that is, we have to consider the momentum first. So this is the momentum. Momentum formula, this is the first concept. Then you should understand about the initial momentum, final momentum. This is second concept. Third concept, that is total momentum is equal before firing and after firing or same, constant, that is equal to 0. Okay, total momentum before firing is equal to total momentum after firing. Okay, and we talked about the initial velocity. So this is the third point and this is the second point. And you should note down the diagram also. The recoiling will be in the opposite direction. That is why it is given in minus. Okay, are you able to follow this? So first we have found out the total momentum and then after that, that is we have found out the total momentum after firing. Then we have equated these two equations and on the RHS we have made 0. Now we are able to find out this one. Okay, so what is the final velocity? Minus 1.5 and that is taken as minus V2, which is nothing but the recoiling velocity of the pistol. Got it? You understand?